Let me take you back to this concept of heaven. You know, when you're talking about people in universities that you say how many of them want to go to heaven, the problem is they don't have any evidence of heaven. And so when a lot of these young people that are atheists or agnostics, they don't want to buy into anything that they believe is connected to fairy tales, or they're connected to some sort of an ideology that they believe was manufactured to control people and to keep people in check.
That's what I said. The heaven has collapsed in their minds.
In their minds. But it's also because heaven is connected to religion, and religion is connected to atrocities. There's a lot of people that think of religion, they think of the evils of the Catholic Church, or they think of, you know, what religion has justified, the horrors of history, the things that people have done in the name of religion. So a lot of younger, sophisticated, intelligent people don't want to believe in anything that there's no evidence for. So when you say, how many of them want to go to heaven, say, show me a video. Tell me where I'm going. Do you have a map of heaven?
I'm not asking that question, offering a ticket. I'm just telling you, heaven has collapsed in people's mind, which is a good thing, because…
It's a good thing?
It is because the idea that this is not the place to live well, there is another place where you will live well, is a wrong idea.
Right.
This is the place to live well.
You can have heaven right here.
Yes. And who told you you're not already in heaven and making a mess out of it?
No one. I think that's possible.
We are in a heaven making a mess out of it.
We also could be in hell too, right?
Whether we want to fix the soil or we want to fix the human mind,
stop
we are
war.
only trying to see that you don't mess up the heaven in which we have landed.
Yes, I could agree with that. I think the problem is the term heaven. When you say it, people think of a biblical heaven. They think of a place that you go in the clouds.
Every religion has their own kind of heaven. That's the whole thing. I'm saying before Bible came, there have been heavens in other places.
Yes, yes. You know, one thing I found really interesting…
This is one thing good about this soil is, see, people may even have separate heavens to go to, but we all come from the same soil, our bodies go back to the same soil, so this is a unifying factor, irrespective of one's religion, caste, creed, whatever else.
So in your mind, this concept of heaven relates to like a harmony amongst yourself and the people, the living things around you, including the soil.
See, essentially it's like this. If you feel pleasant in your body, we call this health.
Yes.
If you feel very pleasant in your body, we call this pleasure. If you feel pleasant in your mind, we call this peace. If you feel very pleasant, we call this joy. If you feel pleasant in your emotion, we call this love. If you feel very pleasant, we call it compassion. If you feel very pleasant in your very life energies, then we call this blissfulness. If you become very, very pleasant, then we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call it success. So, to create pleasantness in the surroundings, we need the cooperation of people and forces around us. Without everybody's cooperation, you can't create a pleasant atmosphere. But pleasantness of the body, pleasantness of the mind, pleasantness of emotion and energy is 100% your business, isn't it? So if you're feeling ecstatic, you are in heaven. Because your idea of heaven is a very pleasant place, isn't it?
Yes.
This place, this planet Earth is very pleasant except for the human beings who creating unpleasantness among each other.
Well, this sounds like a great concept, but human beings are very complex. Their emotions are complex, their needs and desires and their trauma and pain and insecurities and all mental health issues. How does one get to that spot? Like, what you're saying sounds wonderful. I mean, you're a guru. You're a literal guru. So when you sit here and tell people these things, they go, well, that sounds easy for that guy.
No,
look at him.
It's not
He's wise
easier.
and
It is not easy or difficult.
You got a great beard.
It is not easy or difficult.
It's not?
It is a question of wrong direction or right direction. That is, you went to an apple tree and you're digging the roots because you're a potato farmer. That is the only problem you have. You are the source and seat of your experiences within you. What happens within you? Should it happen your way or my way? Tell me.
Your way or my way?
No, what happens within you, should it happen your way or my way?
Well, it's within me. When you say within me, do you mean my thoughts? Do
Your
you mean
thought,
my
your emotion,
overall
your body,
experience?
whatever, your chemistry, your energy, everything, what happens within you, should it happen your way or somebody else's way?
Well, I think if your way sucks, maybe you should listen to other people and maybe try their way.
See, if it happened your way, would you keep yourself blissful or miserable?
You would keep yourself blissful if
That's
you were
it.
wise, if you
No,
were
no, no,
wise
no,
and your
no, no,
mind
no.
was working properly. But if you have mental
That's-
health
that's
issues,
exactly what
if
I'm
you're,
saying.
if you're filled with trauma, if you're poorly educated, you're starting from a deficit, a severe deficit where you don't think correctly. No?
No, that's
don't?
not… that is not the problem. The original problem, the root of the problem is
Okay.
this. Let's address one step at a time.
Okay.
See, right now, the simple question is, what happens in your mind, your emotion, your chemistry, your energies must be your way, isn't it?
It, well, is yours, yes.
It is yours, so it must be your way. But it's not happening your way right now because it's in a compulsive reactive state.
Okay.
So see, anybody can cause anything within you. So if I decide what clothes you must wear, what food you must eat, what you should do every day, you will call this slavery, isn't it?
Or
But-
the government.
Don't go there. So, right now, someone else, something else can decide what happens within you. Isn't this the most horrible form of slavery? That someone can decide whether you are happy or unhappy.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good.
That's not the best path.
So, the problem is just this: an intelligence which needs to be conscious is unfortunately unconscious and compulsive. So, the only problem that you have is compulsive reaction to life around you. What is needed is a conscious response to life. So, this simple thing people have not handled from their childhood.